Hello and welcome to Motivational Moments with Donna. I'm your host, Donna Hilfiger, and thank you so much for joining me today. And today I want to talk about decisions, being able to make a decision. And one of the biggest things that I've found, especially lately with people, especially my clients, it's like they don't want to make the wrong decision, therefore they're not making a decision. I was working with somebody today and she's like, I just feel like I'm floundering. And it's like, she's so terrified of making a wrong decision. But I'm here to tell you that if we don't make a choice, we're leaving it up for the randomness of the universe to drop it in our lap. We need to set a goal, get clear, get focused. What is it that we want to happen in our life? What is it that we want to take place? What is the outcome that we want to achieve? Because I'll give you an example of one client. He's been for, the last couple of years working with a couple people. Oh, yeah, well, let's do this. Okay, well, they'll spin their wheels and nothing will ever come. And then another guy, oh, yeah, well, let's do this. And they'll spin their wheels and nothing's ever done. And finally, he was like, okay, I'm done. I hear you. I'm going to do it. I'm making a decision. He made a different decision and decided he was going off on his own. And not worrying about these other people. And he's got another partner and it's bigger and better than he could have ever imagined. This lady that I was working with, I was like, well, I always go back into the past when we're cleaning up emotions, because emotions that are left unhealed are what's holding us back. And she was terrified of making a decision because she didn't want to make the wrong decision because she'd had such a troubled childhood. And we went back and cleaned up these things. And she was like, gosh, I thought I dealt with this. I hit one particular age and she goes, oh no, nobody knows about that. But it's like we've got to go in and clean up the things that are holding us back from the past so that we can move forward in our life. And don't be afraid of making a wrong decision. But what I'm here to tell you is you can't just sit back and flounder and go, okay, I'm just going to leave it up for the randomness of the universe to decide for me, because that's what you're going to get. You're never going to be happy because it's never going to get you to that goal. So make a decision today, because that's one of the biggest things that holds people back from becoming successful. And the other thing I want to talk about is what we're thinking about ourselves controls what we're getting in our life. And I'll give you an example of someone I was working with just recently, and they're like, oh, I want to do this, and I'm going to do this. And it was like this really big dream and this big goal. And I was like, I'm here to support you, but we're going to have to see what's holding you back. And it was so much stuff. Oh, no. I know. I've buried that. Well, I'm here to tell all of you, we can bury it all we want to, but it's going to start whispering, and it's going to start speaking a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder and a little bit louder until it wreaks havoc and chaos in our life, because it's trying to come up and come out. So breathe and get in with a good coach if you've got something that you know that's holding you back, because this person knew that this trauma was buried, but they didn't want to deal with it. So I said, we're in a safe place. Let's deal with it. Boom. It was gone in a matter of no time. And it was like the following week during the session, it was like, wow, I was talking to a brand new person. I could just feel the energy, because what we're putting out to the universe is a direct reflection of what we're going to get back. And what do I mean by that? If we're sitting here and we're, walking around like this and woe is me and feeling sorry for myself, and guess what? We're going to attract all the crazy slow drivers, and we're going to attract all the bad things that happen in our life. But if we're like, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to do this no matter what. I'm 110% committed. My dream and my goal is so big that it's pulling me towards it, and there's no way that I can fail. Guess what? Do you feel the difference? Oh, I don't think I can. I don't know. I did this before and I tried it before and this is what happened. Are you that same person that tried it 20 years ago? Are you that same person that in business called on that person 20 years ago and it didn't work, or it was a bad experience? Because to take it a little bit deeper, what were you going through at the time emotionally that got you that result? So let's get our vibration up. Let's lift ourselves up, because if we're putting this out there, guess what we're going to be getting back? And for anybody who's ever heard me do my touchdowns, I start my day out like that sometimes just to get myself in a really good mood if I'm tired. And I've got clients, because if I show up and go, oh, I'm so tired, give me a second, let me have some coffee before I talk to you, I'm not going to be any good for them. So try this in your life. I'm no different than any of you. Get yourself in a really good vibration and see what you attract to yourself today. I hope you enjoyed this segment. Continue to write me, Donna at DonnaHilfiger.com.